Hello everyone. Today we're going to do a few nice, easy, deep stretches for tight hips and hamstrings. So you can just come onto your mat and you can get down into a nice seated position. We're going to start with our butterfly position. So bring those 2 feet together, heels touching. And we're just going to make sure we're sitting up nice and tall. Our shoulders are rolled back as we gently start to flap those knees up and down. Just breathing deeply into our space and just being gentle with those hips. Moving that butterfly up and down. Taking deep breaths in and long exhales out. Interlacing the fingers over the toes and stretching forward. And slowly walking those hands out in front of you. Keeping that back nice and long and lengthened. Unclench the jaw. And breathing deeply into your space, pulling that belly button to the spine. And slowly start to come up vertebra by vertebra. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to cradle it in the crook of the left elbow. And we're just going to hold the knee as we gently rock that leg from side to side, feeling that hip open, sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back, keeping that neck nice and long, gently placing the leg down as we take it over to the other side. Keeping that foot flexed, toes pointing to the sky. Make sure you're sitting evenly on both sitting bones. And just feel that hip gently opening up. And don't forget to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Placing that foot down, we can come onto all fours and just slowly start to push ourselves into our downward facing dog. Keeping that spine nice and long, tucking that belly button in, trying to get those heels onto the ground. And just holding that position for a few breaths. Grounding that right foot as we slowly lift that left leg up. Bending that left knee, bringing the heel to the bum, and just looking underneath that armpit on the left side. Feeling the whole spine stretch, feeling those hips open. And slowly releasing, bringing that left foot forward onto the outside of the left hand. Roll those shoulders back, lifting the head, gazing forward. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can come onto the elbows, keeping that right leg long and straight, and taking that left foot back up into our 3-legged downward dog, heel to bum, and coming out. And we'll go over to the other side, lifting that right leg up, bending it over, looking under that right armpit, feeling that deep stretch in the hip and the spine, and bringing that right foot forward onto the outside of the right hand. Keeping that spine lengthened, keeping both hips pushing forward. Taking deep inhales and long exhales. Making sure that right knee isn't falling out. And if you want to take it a bit further, coming onto both elbows. Left leg straight, breathing deep into those spaces and slowly coming back, taking the right leg up, heel to bum, looking underneath that armpit and gently bringing that leg down. Breathing into our downward dog, pressing our fingers deep into the mat, and we're going to slowly start to lift that left leg again, heel to bum, looking underneath that armpit. And we're going to bring that left leg forward again to the outside of the left hand. Slowly drop that right knee. Slide that right foot down. Gently place the hand on the left knee and just look over that left shoulder. Feeling that left hip open. And facing forward, bringing our hands down, tucking the toe, shooting that left leg back up and down. And we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, lifting up that right leg, bending the heel to the bum, looking under that armpit. Swinging that right foot forward onto the outside of the right hand. Gently drop the left knee, slide the left foot back. And we're going to drop that right knee out to the side. And just feel that hip opening up. And just being gentle on that hip, gentle on the knee. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. Bringing that right knee back to the front. Hands on the mat, tucking the left toe. Shooting our right foot back. And bringing that foot onto the mat. And slowly start to lift the left leg up to the sky, three-legged downward dog, point those toes. We're going to bend the knee forward in front of the chest, and we're going to drop that knee to the ground. Our left heel is in front of the right hip. Slide that right foot down, straighten those arms, and just make sure both those hips are facing forward. If we want to take the stretch a little bit further, we can come on to the elbows, placing one hand on top of the other, and slowly taking that forehead down to the ground. And just feeling that forehead on top of the hands, taking a deep breath in and exhale. And if you want to take it a bit further, you can come sitting up as we slowly start to bend that right leg. We're going to grab onto the inside of that right foot, placing that right foot on the inside of the right elbow, and just looking over that right shoulder, making sure we're still sitting up nice and tall. And as we're coming out of it, gently let that leg fall down. Bring the body to the front, plugging our hands into the ground, lifting up and shooting that left leg back up to the sky. And coming into our downward facing dog. And we'll take it over to the other side. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale as we bend that knee to the front. Slide that right foot in front of the left hip. Sliding that left foot down, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, feel that chest expand, and exhale, feel those lungs empty. If you're comfortable here, you can stay there. If you want to come forward, place one hand on top of the other, and place that forehead on top of the hand. And just feel that forehead grounding, feeling the earth beneath you. And if we want to take it further, you know where we're going. Lift that left leg, grab onto the inside of that left foot, and if you can, place it on the inside of the left elbow, looking over that back shoulder. Relax that jaw, drop the shoulders down, taking a deep breath in. And as we exhale, gently dropping that foot back onto the ground, plugging our hands in front of us, tucking that back toe, and shooting our right leg up. And walking out our downward dog. We're going to slowly start to take small steps to the front of our mat, bringing those feet between our hands, hanging over the body, loosening the shoulders. Inhale. Bringing the upper body parallel to the ground, placing the hands above or under the knees, keeping that spine straight, and exhale, folding forward. Pushing the weight a little bit forward onto the toes. Inhale, scooping up those arms. Exhale, bringing those hands to heart center. Feeling that energy within and around us. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. Inhale, shooting those hands up, and exhale, scooping out and folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, taking that head down. Placing the hands into the ground, taking our left foot back, keeping that left leg straight, bending into that right knee, making sure that right knee is above the right ankle, and then gently dropping the left knee, sliding the left foot back, coming up nice and tall, straighten that right leg, feeling that stretch in the right leg. We're going to inhale, scooping those arms up, exhale, bringing the upper body forward, keeping those arms alongside the ears, nice and long. Exhale, hands to heart center. And as we fold forward, keep that back nice and straight. Spine lengthened, neck nice and long. Placing the hands onto the ground, looking forward, and making sure that right foot's toes are pointing. Exhale, pushing into our lunge, tucking the back toes. Inhale, scooping up those arms above us, looking up to the sky, gently taking a little back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bringing both hands back onto the ground. We're going to lift that left leg, shoot our right leg back into a three-legged downward dog, and bring that right foot to the mat. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhale, shooting that left leg forward. Making sure that foot is on the inside of the left hand. Right leg nice and long and straight and lengthened. Inhale. And slowly start to drop that right knee to the mat. Slide that right foot out. And then straighten into that left leg. Heel on the ground, toes up to the sky. Foot flexed. Inhale, scooping up that energy. Exhale, folding forward. Back nice and long, arms lengthened alongside the ears. Exhale, hands to heart center, coming a little bit closer to that shin. Forehead facing the mat, dropping the hands onto the mat, coming as close to that shin as possible. Bending into that left knee, feeling that deep stretch in the right hip. And inhale, lifting those arms up above the head. Looking up to the sky, our slight back bend, nice easy little movements, breathing into those hips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Slowly bringing the hands back onto the mat, lifting that right knee up, taking the left leg up, three-legged downward dog. Exhale, bringing that foot onto the mat, walking out that downward dog. Sucking that belly button to the spine and slowly walking the feet to the front of the mat. Bending those knees and coming onto our bums. Stretching our legs out forward into a nice L shape, pointing those toes to the sky. Lift the bum so that we can just get onto the sitting bones. Inhale, arms up. Exhale as we fold forward with the hips. So as we fold forward, we want to keep that spine as straight as we can. Inhale, and as you exhale, bringing that belly a little bit closer to the thighs. Feeling that deep stretch and slowly coming up vertebra by vertebra. And we can take the back down to the ground, slowly lifting our right leg, hooking onto the toe, or you can hold on the outside of the foot if that feels better, and lifting the left leg. So we're either holding, pistol gripping both big toes with our index and middle fingers, or we're holding on the outside of the foot, keeping the base of the spine pressed into the mat. Straighten that right leg, bend the right leg back, and straighten the left leg. Feeling this nice stretch in our happy baby pose. Making sure that the jaw is unclenched. Bringing both feet together, heels touching, interlacing the fingers over the toes. Inhale. And as you exhale, pulling those toes a little bit closer to you. Gently lifting the head and taking the head back down. Lifting the head up again and taking the head back down. Keeping that lower spine as close to the ground as possible. Letting go of those feet and then just bringing the knees to the chest and giving yourself a nice big hug as you rock from side to side. Taking a deep inhale, gently rocking yourself back up, coming into a seated position. Namaste. Thanks for joining today. I hope your hips and hamstrings are feeling a bit loved and loose.